Welcome to NightLamp's reading of Mastery of Fate, copyright 1907, written by Christian Daa Larson. Part 10.
Fate is created by the powers in man. Therefore, in order to master fate, man must acquire control over the creative forces in his being. And this is accomplished not by trying to control these forces, but by changing their courses. Every force in the system moves through the field of consciousness, and by training the will to act upon consciousness so as to open or close the channels of consciousness in any place, the different forces in the system can be directed wherever desired. No force can be driven. We cannot drive the force of electricity, but by providing suitable conductors, electricity will go wherever it is wanted, because we have the power to move the conductors about as we like. The channels of consciousness, more correctly designated the tendencies of mind, are the conductors of the creative forces of the system. Therefore, by regulating the tendencies of mind, we may cause all or any desired part of our creative power to accumulate at any time in any place of mind or body. To regulate the tendencies of mind, the will must act upon the finer or inner side of consciousness. And whatever the will wills to have done, while acting upon the finer side, the same will be done. To reach this finer side, mind must enter a perpetual refining process, and must establish this process in every part of the system, create a strong desire to transform, refine and improve everything with which you come in contact, and the finer consciousness will develop steadily. This is the first essential. The second essential is to properly meet the forces that come into your life, because every force that comes to act, and how it is met will determine whether its action upon you will be favorable or not. When you meet a force, you must do something with it, or it will do something with you. You must direct it, or it will pass through your system aimlessly and be lost. Or, if it is an undeveloped force, as most forces are, you will permit the formation of adverse conditions by permitting such a force to pass through your world unguided. It is the nature of all forces to do things. They cannot be idle. Therefore, if you do not give them something definite to build, they will build aimlessly or destroy ruthlessly. We are constantly in the midst of powerful forces, and they are all at our command when we know how to command them, but they do not pass under our dominion until they enter our systems. It is the forces that pass through our own systems that we can direct, and when these are properly directed, anything we desire to have done can be done, because an enormous amount of energy is generated in the average person, and hourly passes through the person. When we learn to direct and constructively employ all those forces, it matters not whether we have highly developed parents or not, whether we have a good ancestry or not, whether we were born under favorable conditions or not, whether we have any talents and opportunities or not. We can make ourselves over, absolutely. We can change and improve everything in ourselves and in our environments, and proceed in the creation and realization of a great and superior destiny. When we place ourselves in a favorable attitude towards all the forces that enter the system, and learn how to direct those forces into favorable channels of construction, every force that passes through the system will become favorable to us, no matter where it comes from, nor how unfavorable it may be, before it enters our favorable world. The secret is to make your own system a transforming, refining, and transmuting power. Establish in your system two predominating tendencies and desires, to refine everything and to construct superiority out of everything. And every force that enters your system will become a superior constructive power for you, and will build up your talents, promote your purpose, and change your fate as you wish it to be. The whole world of power is ready to build for the man that is thoroughly permeated with the desire to become more and accomplish more. Therefore, The man who lives constantly in the spirit of transformation will reach the highest goal he has in view. Make no effort to control or influence any force within yourself or outside of yourself. Simply control yourself to remain constantly in constructive touch with the finer vibrations of the world of force. It is necessary to meet every force in the serene attitude, and to feel an interior oneness with the real life of all power. When you feel this deeper unity, every force will unite with you, work for you, and promote your purpose. When the presence of a force is felt in the system, we should enter into mental touch with the inner, finer side of that force, and hold strongly in mind what we desire to accomplish. This will produce the tendency required, and the force will follow the new channel to do what we desire to have done. To develop this finer and interior feeling, enter into constant sympathy with the inner life of everything, and be always in poise. Employ the finer senses of perception, discernment, and deep feeling as frequently as possible, and try every day to feel through your entire system. Concentrate several times daily upon the higher vibrations that are back of, within and above every atom in your being. And whenever you use the will, turn attention upon the soul, or real substance of things.
This concludes Mastery of Fate, Part 10.